Thursday, May the 5th. Not much to talk about today because this is probably the simplest day of the week. It's pretty obvious which modality we're hitting today, and that would be endurance. And here's the thing, it fits in very nicely with what we've been doing previous to last Thursday anyway, previous to Mannion, what we've been ramping up to for distance running, right? So overall, we are going to run less total distance today than we really have almost the entire cycle on any Thursday. That being said, the trade-off is one of those runs is a max effort 1 mile run. So if you've been hanging with us on these Thursdays, I'd like two things. Number one, we're setting a baseline in the app, right? We're figuring out where we should be score-wise, endurance-wise for Beyond the Whiteboard. But secondarily to that, we're gonna see, like, if you haven't tested your mile in a really long time, the thing that I'd like to just see is a sustained mile, right? Just no running, because you do get a rest afterwards. So, you know, we wrote in the notes exactly what our thoughts are, which is, I'd like this to be your PR pace. Like, you're running a mile with the intention of PRing it. But PRing it might mean for you, best mile you run in 2022, right? Maybe your first mile of 2022, and that's fine. If that's the case, and you are, you know, you sort of have a thing for distance running, and you've been at it this cycle with us, and you don't PR the mile, well, that's okay. You're not only is that okay just because we're kind of young into this running season, but also you're going to do a 3-minute rest, and by this point you're pretty warm, and then you're going to do an all-out 800 meter. And if we've learned anything from the way that we've set up our run WODs in the last couple of weeks, it's that if you run an 800 after a mile, or if you run a 400 after an 800, there's something about that, knowing it's like half the distance, it's not as long as the previous run, that just kind of amps you up a little bit more. At least that's what I hope. So I just did it. I PR'd my 800 time, but I wasn't even anywhere close on my 1 mile time. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to PR my 1 mile time, to be honest. So you're in good company if it's not PRing today. Like, I felt like I gave it my all on that run, but I was really super happy about my 800 meter PR. So what is the WOD? It's a mile run, 3, 2, 1, go, mile run, 3 minutes of rest, 800 meter run, 3 minutes of rest, 400 meter run, and that's it. That's all we're doing today. So we'll have extra time to be as warmed up as possible for these runs, and hopefully you take the warm-up seriously. We don't need anybody pulling any muscles today, given the fact that we're doing sort of maxed effort work. All right, and then come ready to hopefully work on Friday. We'll get into a couple more modalities on Friday. We have we gotta do our split jerk max on Friday, and then we're also gonna hit the long modality. I know most of the workouts this week probably feel long anyway. We just think that's everybody's bread and butter, but this specific WOD's intent is its length, not so much the weight or anything like that. So anyway, running. Enjoy.